heard stories about you, Captain Amari, but none of them mentioned how beautiful you are.
How cute. Your aim had better outdo your flattery, young man.
Okay, and that'll be the script to start this video off. Yeah, so we have 3 matches for today. The first is gonna be this payload at Rialto, and I lost this match, but there was something important in it that I thought, you know what, this could go up. So I have fresh new tank Ramatra here. See me supporting him right now. But here we go. So there are a couple of moments where I take these steps out. Lose my team, and I find myself watching the support in this particular match. I was really trying to pick out how to get the support. I was clearly playing a DPS role because there's no way that I would have ever done that as May. But I had to watch this video before watching it to remember what was it that was so impressionable, and we'll see, because it's a whole process. Down goes my Anna though. That was pretty. That was pretty good. Okay, and she just got it back for that. So often I'm finding myself restoring Ramatra's health, but he transforms from a distance, and I think that's a really odd thing to do. So yeah, now that I've watched the video ahead of time, because I didn't even rewatch it after this match, I guess I was so staggered. But what I do during payload, I try my best not to fight as much. I'm not because I'm support, but sometimes I think it's a Halo day. Sometimes I think I'm playing Halo. So I play some strong survival tactics like that one right there. That was a tank right over my head as a Baptiste, and I instead just get a different angle and take him out with the team. But so far the payload is gone, is as far as it is, because I was pulling it and my team's back on it. But I always make sure to heal up Ramatra. Bullet sponges though. Bullet sponges really, really affect how I play. I totally dropped this moment to put the alt down. I think in the last video I had a hyper reflex about that, but the whole thing came up on me and I didn't just do it right then. Yeah, I think the defeats are gonna be interesting matches / criticisms here. Wide in the open, but I am healing. They see, so Cassidy's now on the field. It wasn't Cassidy before. It's just once we took that first point, we have to deal with that. That did not hit me. I thought it did. Okay, so I'm going here. I'm fighting DPS. I'm going straight in to fight DPS because this is what I do. But when I saw that on my rewatch, I realized I pushed a little too hard there, even there. My allies not dying just because I play a good Baptiste isn't necessarily so good. I have to keep up that kind of gameplay, and I can do that. But it's when a team isn't able to cooperate with the way I play as a Baptiste. I mean, all I've got is good aim. But here, I'm support, right? So just gotta make sure my teammates are okay, but I take this opportunity to flank once again. Like I'm DPS. Oh, by the way, guys, the color is gonna be red because this is a home away team. So I'm the away team right now. So this is unranked also. So here's a cool move I do with. I didn't try to fight Junkrat right away, even though he flanked me. Sorry about that. But here's another opportunity where it's like, you know, he thought I thought I could do really good as a DPS. Survival tactics, though. It doesn't matter if there's D.Va and Junkrat. See how mistaken she easily can be. That's our team's Junkrat. And see, I'm back on the field with Junkrat after that whole thing. It's almost like D.Va wasn't even looking for me. But I wasn't looking for him. Because I wanted the payload back. So I get my so when I'm fighting an enemy long enough, if I don't kill him, I get the reflex back to go back to the payload. Not to my teammates. This is something I would do as if I was playing Halo. I guess I'd know what to call this match now. So Junkrat realizes that I was sneaking the payload this whole time, and rather than just make sure he's taken out, rather than create distance, I only start really shooting at him when I get distance. And that cost us the payload. All I didn't back up. That was what the error was there. With Junkrat, we were in a tight space, so of course we weren't thinking, we were just fighting. But once I had him out, where my gun is a whole lot more effective, I didn't back up. I didn't make the gun effective by backing up. That cost us, though. So they're back on payload. I'm trying to reposition from where I just had all of that. But that's not possible. My teammates weren't working with me. So that I can handle the fire. I can handle the fire. I'm fighting. It's a 5v1 right now. Right now it's a 5v1 until my teammates come. As support. Okay, here's Junkrat again for a third. And instead of fighting him, I weave. He did just everything. Concussion mines, rocket blast, grenade, it didn't matter. I weaved every single one of them. As support, I learned that. As DPS, as Mei, by the way, I am Mei. If I'm DPS, I'm Mei always. It's Mei or Bastion. That's it. Just like support, it's Baptiste and Moira or Brig. So I make this mistake. I hear Cassidy's ult. I didn't know where he was. It sounded like it was behind me. And rather than just huddle down and settle down from the match I was clearly on the edge. And I never gave myself a breath. And so here we're fighting as if they've been positioning us at our spawn. This is totally untrue. I fell for this trap right here. We only got 2 kills out of that skirmish just now. And there are valuable team members that we need to kill, or enemies that we need to kill. Sometimes it feels like they don't give us enough time to push the payload, but it's just enough time. It's staying focused is what it is. This is not a C9 moment, by the way. I am not talking about C9 right now. So that's a Junkrat and D.Va. I try to go for cover, it just doesn't work because D.Va didn't get me. It was Junkrat. So at this point I realized, okay, so Junkrat's playing a grudge match though, because that grenade went straight for me and the death cam. That's our teammates Ramatra doing his ult. I think to keep an eye on that grenade, that Junkrat, because he's already made a mess of all of this. He's already made too much of a mess. But he gets taken out. He gets taken out by our Sojourn. Now we have a Lucio dive bombing right on top of me. Goes and takes out our Junkrat. Our Sojourn goes and takes his life. So fine. But I'm not in the action anymore at this point. My team wasn't there and I couldn't even aim at anyone. It's almost like I lost my touch in the middle of a match, but it wasn't that. It wasn't losing my touch. Sorry about that again. I need to keep an eye on that. So we have 20 seconds. That was a blind shot. That was a blind shot. But we're not pushing at all. 2 kills. I got 2 kills. And they're not pushing at all. That entire time we could have gotten the payload inside. They didn't. My teammates didn't respond. My teammates did not respond to the double kill. Both threats that actually held us there were taken down by me. And there was 0 response. I don't even know what to title this one. Whatever the title is probably going to be at the beginning of this video. But you know what? Nope, I know what the title is. This is not Halo. This is not Halo. But I'm not saying that for me. I'm saying that because even though this gun is strong and with good aim, you can get things done. When you play a really good support, sometimes you offset the balance of how people feel the pace of the game is going. And if you can't keep the pace up that you set with your kills, people can't pick up that payload. That's a different type of payload.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome to Circuit Royale. Okay, no, we'll try that again. Welcome to Circuit Royale. Alright. So, I'm not Baptiste this time. I'm Moira for this match, and this is a match we win. I wrote down in my notes the title of this was C9, but I think it's something else because I am Moira. So I take it really easy here. I take it really easy here. My priority is just heal my guys and keep throwing that dark ball until they move. As Moira, there are no games played. There are no games played. It's so easy to heal with Moira. So I'm really enjoying this bit right here. I honestly wish they would just let me push them back because that dark ball right there is a problem. But slowly and slowly, I think I've thrown about 6 of them so far. And then here's the 7th. Because there's a Mercy in the back healing him. So I'm going to keep doing that until Mercy can't heal anymore. Hello. Oh, it's a problem, Miss Moira. It is a problem. I am a problem. There's a point to being corny about Moira, honestly. You don't need to aim, well, you do need to aim. If you throw her coalescent orbs, the dark ones really well, you get some good mileage out of it. Yeah, I was really hoping I can just cheese me some kills. I'm not even gonna try to go in there. If Moira, really, you don't have to go in anywhere. No, never the point. You don't even have to do anything. It's so nice being Moira. It's so nice. And look, I'm gonna continue it because we didn't clap point yet. So we'll keep doing that from a distance. And I need y'all to back up off this payload because I believe that the last match I won, the last match I lost, I dropped the payload at this point. I had a Doomfist standing right on top of the car with me. And the enemies started coming and they weren't on the payload yet. So all we had to do was stay there. At that very spot on the stairwell, I go to stop a sniper. Doomfist jumps off of the car and the payload and the overtime timer runs out. Here, I believe I was upset. So instead of picking Baptiste to push, I choose Moira to push. So that whole time I was really getting that itch out. Like, wait a second, no, this cannot be happening on my favorite map, Circuit Royale, like that. So now we're Baptiste, so now we can come back to it because it ought to be a good strategy. It ought to be a good support player, not to just heal or be good support DPS like that, but also to know when to switch characters. Sometimes you're supporting the team by switching characters too. You want to pick your faves? Okay. Scale up. You want to pick your favorite characters? Scale up. That's what I did here. Oh, if I want to play my Baptiste the way I know I like playing my Baptiste, so let me scale up. I'll do Moira first. Okay, so we have Ramacha here really trying to do some damage. And also they don't They don't know about my capabilities as Baptiste. I started as Moira, and Moira crushed them. So what if they could feel the same effects as Moira, but with just a little bit more DPS? Oh, and some Mei walls, of course. I didn't even get a chance to heal her. She could heal herself. So I think I decided right then I'm going to completely ignore Mei, unless I could pick up some Zen. Ah, yes. Okay, there's a Genji on me, but I'm not threatened by that. And, yeah. Oh, but he took me right out of the skies. Sometimes I don't use everything I've got when it comes to my abilities, and it shows. Also, it's okay to not just fall to everybody. It's okay to fall. It's okay to die. That's all I really mean. It's okay to have lost my life there. I was Moira the whole time. So what are they gonna know? They're gonna play me like they expect to play me. Fine. Okay, so the second payload's coming up nice and easy. I got my ult. I don't feel pressured to use it. I imagine it's already clapped. Let me just reposition. Maybe I can use ult here. I remember I spent my ult trying to get rid of Bastion before, and I didn't even need it. Yeah, temper my strategy. That was a clean sweep. Super clean sweep. And everyone gets a breath. I'm already Baptiste, and I get to reposition as I do. This is looking good. It's almost like they haven't realized. Did I think I was gonna flank around? I did, and there was a Reaper. I thought it was Ramatra. I was horrified. I came back to the team. Give them some DPS support. That doesn't work. Okay. I might have miscalculated how good my team was doing here. Maybe my positioning was it doesn't matter. It's just this was a victory after all. Mercy got swept. So this is the better representation of what happened last game. Last game when I lost, when they pushed us back, we repositioned as if they were at spawn. With this one, I was able to stay alive long enough to see where the positioning was happening, where the battle was actually occurring. So when we decided to make our move back in, some of that strength is carried. Now, you get Reaper in there, and of course he's going to do what he does. But
it's not over till it's over.
Humanity is shackled. I will find the key.
Breaking me down just builds me up.
so I switched to Brig. I switched to Brig this time. Something about Reaper inspired me to get even closer, not far away. It's, I think during this match, I took an opportunity to become all parts of what support really means here. So I started with Moira to make sure I can get a strong first push. I did Baptiste to make sure that if we had any angles, any new DPS, anything like that, that we can get a fresh push there. And then I went Brig for the tight corner space. You get easy heals out of anything you pummel. Also, people are horrified of Brig. They just don't admit it. So I'm missing some flails here and there. But effectiveness comes in shortly. There's a shield bash for a KO. I was sweeping at Mercy. I was not sweeping at the red. Remember, this is the away team. The colors are swapped right now. So I ran straight in for the Bastion. Diva did a wonderful job with that. Didn't even need it. So no, I don't try to pummel a Ramatra in his ult. I can dive in. I can dive into Reapers. I imagined he had that. But as Brig, I'm a little bit more tougher than that. Okay, I just rocket launched. But I get a second opportunity to do this kind of... So they end up switching characters as well. Down goes Zen. There's Doomfist here. I can control that wild... I can control his... What he does, he disorients people from their positioning. If they've got cover, if they got spots that they're trying to protect, if they're trying to hold down positions, Doomfist is really good for pushing them out of there. Doomfist is really good for pushing them out of there. But Brig can actually stop that. Brig can stop that because she's meant to be a fighter. So they did good when they made the choice to do Doomfist. But I already made the choice to do Brig. I already came in with the counterattack first. You gotta consider the environment when you're fighting. I almost want to call this strategic resonance. There's something about the match that when you adapt to it rather than waiting to adapt, which is what the previous matches before this taught me. That'll get you that victory. GG's Doomfist.
This foolish mission is taking time away from my experiments, Akande.
Think of it as field work.
Yo, that's the same line that Moira used on Reaper. What can I do to get rid of this pain? Think of it as fuel for the flames of fiery vengeance. Yeah, if anybody caught that, I did. Okay, so first things first. I am May. I'm DPS. I think I'm gonna let the match just speak for itself. Of course, I'm still gonna announce, but I'm May. Check out the handiwork. I did lose. As if in this match I did lose, and I don't remember what my titling was for this. Okay, that's Baptiste down. That's Anna down. That's Genji down. Sometimes you don't have to get over kills, DPS. So clearly something was valuable about this match here. But I don't know what it is. If I may, and I lost this match, what could it be? It's... Okay, I'm not so sure exactly what I was doing down there in the corner. But I do remember, now that I say I'm not sure, now I know why. I just killed 3 members of the team at the very beginning of the game. There's something I'm aware of when I do that as DPS that I'm not aware of when I'm support. And I spoke about this the very last match. But what I like to call it, it's a backfire rate. There's a backfire rate to the damage I do as DPS, just as there's a backfire rate to me as Baptiste. And it's that depending on how you get your kills, not just that you get kills, but depending on how quickly you also create a bubble. You create a bubble that there's an opportunity for the enemy to adjust to your movements through that bubble. It's just as simple as them being used to fighting May. Maybe they'll adjust their strategy around you, but as you are your character, the enemy will adjust. And the more efficient they get to be is because of how efficient you are even playing, and that's the backfire rate to me. So when I just sat down there in that corner and I was just looking around, it's because I already knew I offset it. This match felt so slow because of it. Most of the enemy isn't really acknowledging me. Oh, am I dead here? Okay, no, I'm not. They went for our mercy. They're not acknowledging me because they can barely even survive when they face me. But the Junkrat did get a drop on me here. He came straight from the skies with this one. Yeah. Doomfist gets him, and we get the first point. And yes, I do come in playing Mei thinking I'm gonna win because I'm just that good. Like I said though, it's either Mei or Bastion. If I don't switch to Bastion, well, then strategic resonance, the very last match here, it would be the lesson that I did not take. Honestly, I should have just switched to Bastion in this match. But that's probably why we lost here. But anyway. Okay, so this is still Ilios. This is 2 capture point. Oh no, it's Busan. It's Busan. This is Busan. Actually, both places are Busan. All right, so here's Sojourn. I'm DPS. Got to just throw myself at everything and everyone. More with the support. I aim to go around. So that Doomfist is already doing really well, pushing people out of their ranges. That's not giving me any real ground to shoot these enemies. I should have switched to Bastion. I'm literally watching this video back right now with you guys for the first time, and I already know I should have switched Bastion. Okay, so I didn't get Sojourn last time, and down she drowns in the ice. Go ahead and protect my Doomfist there. He thanked me. That was cute. But here, so we're on the flank maneuver. I think I was trying to suppress Sojourn. This was definitely one of the ways that I cost this match here. I was aiming to do small things like suppressing Sojourn. Sometimes even I get caught up in that ego bit that is Sojourn players. But look, it was a triple kill. It was practically a quad kill the moment I stepped back in the match. That's the whole team. I understand. But I still haven't switched characters. And here I am still trying to feed for Sojourn. This is not what happens. Okay, so my ult killed somebody. It wasn't even effective though. That ult was not an effective move. And the backfire rate is already presenting itself. So I just lost every one of my teammates. Here's a block off. Okay, but this 84 points, team's coming back. Let me try to regroup, of course. Try to buy some time, because at this point what I'm trying to do is kill the time they have. But killing time just to try to accommodate the backfire rate, it doesn't work. 1, because I'm DPS, and 2, being aware of the backfire rate doesn't support my team. So there's an aspect of playing support that makes it difficult when playing DPS, because as Mei I can self-heal. I can do really, really well on my own. It's how do I cooperate that damage to the rest of the team, or coordinate, or even, yeah. So here's Orisa, there's Sojourn. 2 people I have griefed with my presence, and continue to do so. See, so there goes Orisa, but then Sojourn crawls in for the kill. So Orisa played a really good body bag for Sojourn just then. And that is what cost me my life. My teammates weren't even around to pick up the Sojourn. So they're at 72 points now. Tracer's on me. We just lost the rest of our teammates. Okay. It doesn't matter if I pick up a Tracer. My teammate is still not here. I've got an alt. They can easily move out of this thing. Really want to push. Let's see if my alt will do something. I know I tossed it. I didn't toss my alt in there. I didn't toss my alt in there. I didn't do it earlier though. That's so, no, nope, nope. I did not do my alt earlier. But all of this doesn't even matter because Bastion was the better pick here. So I'm literally left here to watch these guys suffer one by one until the point gets capped. And it's, by the time I got there, what would I have been able to do? Okay, cool. So then that's point by point, right? So we got one more point to go.
Score 1-1. Ready for battle.
3 different types of Busan.
No unnecessary risk.
And I'm still Mei.
Hello there.
I'm still
Dr.
Mei.
Zhou, did Captain Opara make it back as well?
I'm afraid not.
He was a good man.
He thought the same about you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2.
Okay,
Capture the objective.
so maybe I do make the switch. Hold on. Because I'm just, all right, nope, I'm pushing forward as Mei. All right. It's almost like I'm complaining to myself, why did you just switch Bastion in this whole video? I might have just titled it that. Okay, but let's get into the action here. All right, so I'm coming into the fray. It's looking strange. What can I take from a distance before I dive in there? I don't know where the rest of the team is right now. So here's Tracer. So Tracer is obviously valuing me as MVP here. Totally missed me. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to slip by. All right, I want to be able to flank. I remember getting 3 kills off of one visit. I'll see what I can do. Okay, but they get away, Sojourn gets away. The same distance I should have created. Oh, Mercy restores. But when Mercy gets in touch with me, what ends up happening? She gets taken down. Bastion was such an obvious choice. They're already 50 points in to capping this point. There we go. It was almost like I was practically begging myself. Now, I made this choice halfway past the point of cap. They already learned our strategy. This isn't gonna do anything. This is where strategic resonance has its meaning. This is where backfire rate has its meaning. Because all of it is sold right here. Because I still need to be able to adjust to playing the character on the map and the environment. I still need to figure out what it's gonna be like while I'm playing the character and how enemies are gonna react. If I don't have that measure, how enemies are gonna react to me, I don't make it to the next level. I don't make it. I don't graduate. I don't graduate, and the match is lost. So it's even like when you're playing Overwatch, you have to be able to adjust much quicker. Not just the way I figure I can do on support, where I go Baptiste, Brig, or Moira. Same here with DPS. Just because it works with Mei doesn't mean that there are other factors that can still change the game. So I hope you guys watch and learn something from this too. If you're playing Overwatch 2, get some tips from your boy Psyberblader. I'm out though. GG's me.